Hello. It is day 44 of our physical health journey. If you are just starting, go back, start at day one. You'll see the difference if you maybe watch this one today and then go back and do day one tomorrow. You're going to really notice a difference between how far I'm able to get. And I think all the people who have been with me for 44 days are feeling just a lot better, fitting in their clothes better, having more energy. So, that being said, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. I have been working since, let's see, I had to get to school. I had to leave here at 6:30 or 7 in the morning. And I think it's like 9 o'clock now, and I'm just getting done with nonstop work. So, thank you so much for joining me and giving encouragement. This is a huge help for me, and it's so much fun. It's fun to see how many people are coming on and joining us, whatever time it is for you. And that's what's so great about, doing YouTube is that you can do it whenever you want. You can wear whatever you want. You don't have to get in the car. And, there's something to having people actually in the room with you, but there's some benefits to this. So let's start. Just unwinding, relaxing, breathing, stretching, and enjoying those hours just before we get to go to sleep. And take your head and slowly, slowly, so you could feel each muscle and the variance as you change the position of your head. And we're going to slowly roll back. And you should feel yourself calming down. Enjoy. Take a quick look back at your day, at the things you accomplished. Let's try to think of one really good moment we had today. And, I don't think we do this enough. So I'm going to suggest for tomorrow, if you can't answer this question today, then tomorrow go out of your way to make an answer. And the question is, who did you connect with today? It could be someone obvious that you love. Let's take one hand over on the opposite ear, and you could reach your hand out. So you could think about a person like your spouse or your significant other, or maybe your child, or for me today, I had 2 encounters that I really enjoyed. It's probably more like 4. There's so many. But one of them, I'm going to tell you after I change over to the other side with one hand on the ear and reaching down So just to give you an idea, and maybe tomorrow you'll have something like this. It won't be the exact thing, I promise you, but just get the idea. So I went to Costco, and one of the people who hands out the samples recognizes me, and I recognize him, and he wasn't ready yet, and it was already like 12:30, like noon, afternoon. So I said, "Oh, I should try to get here later on Fridays, because it seems like you get a late start." And he said something pleasant back, and then I went around. I said, "Oh, I'll come back." And so I went, and I came back about 10 minutes later. And you take my hand off and return to center and just start rolling the shoulders back. So I realized it's not Friday, it's Tuesday. But I've done enough work this week. I worked all through the weekend, and then I've just been working like every minute of every day, except for when I'm doing my daily health journey with you. But I lost track of the days, okay? So that's pretty sad. And I had to laugh about it. All right, let's take our legs straight out in front of us. And then reach down. So when I was choosing what exercise clothes to put on, I said, I'm just going to wear my sweatpants, my gray sweatpants that are super cozy because they're 1,000,000 years old. And then I'll just wear a little gray t-shirt too. So let's reach down for the toes. The ultimate and lazy. So this is lazy exercise. Let's bring our legs open. Mine are still going about a 90-degree angle. And wherever you are, if your legs just can barely hurt, that's okay. We're thinking about improving. We're going to improve our happiness and improve our physical health. So just reach in your hands. You can walk your fingers forward. Let the rest of your hand go with them. And then let's walk ourselves over to the left. And I'm going to mirror you, so I'm telling you which way you're going. So you go to your left. And if you can, then straighten your body out so that your torso is even with the floor. In other words, we're not opening up like this. We're working towards bringing our belly over towards our thigh. And now your right hip is trying to lift up. Don't let it. You be in control. Try to push that right hip back down. And when you try to push it back down to the floor, you'll feel the stretch on the inside of your right thigh. And I don't want you to pull anything. So if it ever starts to hurt, then stop, back off. And now we're going to walk our hands through, and that goes with anything. If it is at all painful, that's not good. We only like happy and comfortable. Now, there's a difference between completely being disengaged from your body and like just dropping like a wet towel on the ground. So you're trying to engage, you're trying to extend to the maximum that you can before you reach the hurt. So you don't want the pain. Well, I don't want pain. Let's walk about to the center and come back up. And now let's take the soles of our feet together. And if you happen to have blocks, these are my happy blocks because these are another good experience. Somebody gave them to me as a gift that I barely knew. So put the blocks underneath your knees so that you get the support as if you were flopping all the way open with your knees down on the ground. And while we sit in this position, I'm sorry to the people who have been here for 44 days. You get to hear my story again. But just for people who are coming in now, new, okay, this is the last time I'm going to repeat a story. I think I might repeat that I'm 63 because I love saying that. I hope that encourages people. Like, they're like, oh, you're 63, wow, so I could go a few more years and still be doing things, be active. But I was going to say that the story behind how this whole physical health journey got started was that I'm looking back on how I used to be, and one of the things is that I could sit in this butterfly position and my knees would touch the ground, and I thought that was normal. Like, isn't everybody like that? And it's a symptom or a characteristic. Symptom makes it sound like an illness, but it's a characteristic of autism to be very flexible. And, I got that diagnosis. But, if I have to be autistic, then I want to also have the flexibility that comes with it. So I decided to just start exercising again every day. And it really helps if, you're accountable to someone. So if you want, there are a few people, Jomo, there's a couple people who have been putting comments, and let me know just like what brought you here, what your goals are, where you live, how old you are, something like that. Anything that you want to share. And hopefully we all start feeling a little connected, and that will encourage us to come back every day. So, and like I said, start on day one. You'll see how far we've come. And as you start improving, you might be able to do 2 or 3 of the shorter ones per day, and you'll catch up. It's really not that hard. And anyways, it's very enjoyable if you have the time. So now I'm going to turn. You don't have to. I just sit that way. Um, I, I want to be facing you, but now I want you to see what it looks like on the side of my body. So usually I do this facing you, but today I'm going to bring my left knee, left foot over my right leg. I'm going to bring my right arm around the left knee and then twist and lift and twist. And this is pretty cool when I'm inside at night. It's like a mirror reflecting. It's like check my own positioning. And now come back to the front, unbind your leg, take your right leg over the left. So your right right foot's next to your left knee, and then your right arm reaches and you twist. Oh, good. And so lifting and twisting and remembering your breath. And now we're going to do a swan. So we're going to I'm going to give you two options. The easier one is you bend in your left leg and you bend in the right leg. And this is actually more of a deer pose. And you can sit like this. You feel the stretch in your right thigh. Okay. Now, when you stop feeling the stretch by coming to this position, then you're going to take that right leg and bring it out behind you, straight. So, there you go. Now you don't have to look over to the side. I don't know why I'm looking at the screen. Maybe I think that I'll see you there. Oh, okay. If you'd like, and your body will allow you, then come forward onto your elbows or bring your head down, rolling that right hip out, even though it wants to roll in, you be in control. And then we'll slowly lift up if you've brought yourself down. And slowly bring the right knee in if you had put it back. And now we're going to be like a windshield wiper all the way around. Okay, so here we go. Either you're in deer pose with your right leg parallel to the front of the mat, your left leg bent, or if you're feeling like a little bit more range of motion today, you want to bring that left leg back. Okay, and then try to push the left hip so that your hips are even with the ground. So that left hip wants to lift up, and we're not going to let it. Oh, now if you'd like to, and you have some blocks, you can come down on your forearms. You might even be able to do this without the block. Feels really nice to me. I hope it does to you all too. I hope you're enjoying. Now lift yourself up a little bit. Okay, and we're going to come to the center. That was my phone in the background. I'm waiting to hear from my son. He's in Vegas right now, and I'm missing him. So we're going to bring the shoulders back and then shoulders round. Back and round. Back and round. And one more time, bring it to the center. That's good. Well, I think that I'm going to have to come back tomorrow, spend more time with you. This was a really busy day, and I was just looking forward to relaxing and sleeping. I should have turned the notifications off on my phone. Oh, okay, so this is what I'm going to leave you with. There is a function on your phone. You go to settings, notifications, do not disturb, and you click on it so that it turns like a brighter blue. And then you get to do yoga for 2 hours and nobody's trying to get hold of you. Well, thank you so much for joining me on the 44th day of our physical health journey.